If your English isn't fluent yet, it's probably not about grammar. It's about a mindset mistake 99% of learners make. That mistake? Perfectionism.
Exactly, John. We're going to give you the key to unlock your next level. We're breaking down the 3 biggest lies of English perfectionism. You only need 2 strategic shifts to speak confidently and consistently this week.
This is crucial. If you skip this episode, you'll keep making the same impediment that costs you confidence, stalling your progress for months. Lily and I are jumping straight into the first core concept, the good enough rule.
Forget aiming for flawless, unattainable mastery. The 1% strategy is about communicative competence over grammatical accuracy. Focus on conveying your message clearly, even if you misplace a preposition. Your goal is impact, not impeccable syntax.
It's a radical shift, but it's the truth. We'll delve deeper into how to operationalize this later. Welcome back to the Talk English podcast, the zone where we make fluency about strategy, not struggle. I'm your host, John, and today we have a powerhouse expert joining us, Lily, a specialist in cognitive strategies for language acquisition. Lily, welcome.
Thank you, John. It's great to be here discussing what is arguably the most consequential hurdle for intermediate learners, the psychological barrier. Many students at this B1, B2 level possess the linguistic knowledge, but they lack the psychological fortitude to use it under pressure.
It is. And before we explicate these mind shifts, let's quickly address our community. If you love practical, deep dive strategies like this is your sign to hit that subscribe button. Don't let your coffee get cold before you join the 1% Mindset Club.
Speaking of mindsets, John, you brought up the idea of the Anti-Perfectionist guide. What does that truly mean for a B1, B2 learner who is often taught to strive for absolute correctness?
It means we need to expose the lies they've been sold. The belief that they must be perfect before they can speak is a total delusion. It causes massive procrastination and self-sabotage. We're offering them permission to fail productively, to embrace the concept that progress always eclipses perfection.
Lie number 1, the myth of immediate mastery, the all-or-nothing fallacy.
The first lie is the all-or-nothing fallacy. Learners believe that if they aren't improving dramatically every day, they've failed. They seek a quantum leap in proficiency, but fluency is built through incremental steps. This thinking is particularly pernicious because it destroys consistency.
It's a failure of perspective. They study intensely for a week, say 10 hours, feel burned out, and then quit for 3 weeks, concluding the whole process is too hard. They lack tenacity. We need to shift their focus from outcome to process. If you feel that exhaustion, you've overshot your sustainable limit.
Exactly. Think of it as mitigation of risk. By embracing the small, imperfect steps, you prevent the catastrophe of quitting entirely. A small, 5-minute, imperfect practice session is infinitely better than waiting for the perfect 2-hour slot that never materializes. This is about making discretionary time work for you, not against you.
We call that a non-negotiable minimum. It bypasses the need for high motivation. If you commit to just 1 minute of speaking every day, you've won. Let's expand on this. The brain views a 1-minute task as trivial to start, so it's less likely to resist. Once started, you often continue for 10 or 15 minutes, but you've already secured the win. This is a crucial psychological hack.
And it's not just about starting, it's about accepting the lower quality output during that time. A student might feel their pronunciation on one day is terrible, and the all-or-nothing brain says, the day is ruined, I'm bad at this. The anti-perfectionist says, my pronunciation was shaky today, but I still got my message across, and I'll try to be more articulate tomorrow.
So, to our audience, what is one small, good enough action, a non-negotiable minimum, you will take today to advance your English? For instance, listening to one news headline or writing one text message in English. Let us know in the comments below.
Lie number 2, the illusion of control, mental scripting, and cognitive load.
This is where intermediate learners get stuck in mental scripting. They meticulously plan every sentence in their head before they speak, leading to painfully slow, unnatural conversation. They are trying to achieve a level of predetermination that simply isn't possible in real-time dialogue.
This is best explained by cognitive load theory. When you are simultaneously translating, checking grammar, and worrying about accent, you overload your working memory. This high extraneous cognitive load becomes the major impediment to spontaneity and fluency.
Your capacity for fluid speech is entirely dissipated by excessive internal monitoring. In essence, by trying to vet every single word for correctness, you slow down the automatic retrieval process. Fluency is automaticity. You need to reduce the conscious vetting and focus on the message's gist. The key is to trust your subconscious competence. If you know the grammar rule, let your brain handle it. Don't try to micromanage the linguistic output.
That's why we advise against overplanning. Your brain needs to switch from deliberate to intuitive processing. This involves embracing silence, pausing to think in English, rather than scrambling to translate from your native language, and trying to find the perfect contingency plan for every phrase. A pause is a sign of thought, not a sign of failure.
Let's give them a practical solution here. The next time you find yourself trying to vet a sentence, cut it short. Speak the imperfect, simple version immediately. Force your brain to prioritize speed and immediacy over complexity. This is how you rewire the process.
The goal is to make the language use less about a mental monologue of checking rules and more about a simple exchange of meaning. This process of disciplined, focused practice, where you limit your options to force better habits, is the essence of what Cal Newport calls deep work.
Speaking of deep work and developing those crucial skills, we have a perfect companion video for you. If you want to know how to maximize your study time and overcome distraction and high cognitive load, make sure to check out English Podcast for Fluency. Key, Deep Work, 5 Pillars to Build Focus Discipline. This will give you the actionable steps for managing the time you commit.
And for those who appreciate the subtlety and depth of our current conversation, especially the high-level vocabulary we're using, like extraneous and pernicious, remember, we've prepared a free PDF version of this entire episode. It includes the full transcript, a complete list of all these powerful advanced vocabulary terms, a grammar focus based on our discussion, and a quiz to test your comprehension. You can download it right now via the link in the description. This helps with systemic practice.
That PDF is your anchor for deeper study. Before we move on to the third lie, if you're getting tangible value from this episode, take a moment. Like this video, hit subscribe, and share it with a fellow learner who's stuck in the perfectionist trap. It truly helps the algorithm show this vital advice to more people. Lie number 3, the native speaker trap, the unreachable benchmark.
The third and perhaps most paralyzing lie, setting the unattainable benchmark of native speaker accent and idiomatic mastery. This creates immense psychological pressure, a form of self-imposed tyranny.
Learners often conflate clarity with authenticity. They feel they've failed if they don't sound like a BBC presenter. But the reality is that English is the world's foremost lingua franca. Your goal is to be intelligible, not indistinguishable. So stop the pursuit of mimicry. Global English is a vast spectrum of accents and styles.
That pursuit of native-like fluency leads to unnecessary divergence from what works. It's an empirical fact that high-level non-native speakers often communicate with greater precision than natives. Why? Because they prioritize structure and clarity over perfect native intonation. Furthermore, spending hours trying to eliminate a minor accent feature is an enormous misuse of your study leverage.
The mental shift here is profound. Stop seeking mimicry, start seeking mastery of meaning. When you speak, are you understood? If the answer is yes, you are succeeding. Celebrate that success and build resilience. The only person who cares about your perfectly neutral accent is you. Everyone else cares about the efficiency of the communication.
Let's be more specific. The trap is often the idiomatic challenge. A student will use a slightly formal phrase instead of a casual idiom and immediately feel deficient. We must accept that perfect idiomatic command takes years of deep cultural immersion. Intermediate learners should prioritize lexical flexibility, the ability to articulate the same idea using different vocabulary over chasing fleeting slang.
Second question for the audience. What is the biggest linguistic hurdle you are currently facing that keeps you from speaking? Is it accent, speed, or vocabulary? Share your honest bottleneck below and let us know if you feel pressure to sound like a native.
Shift number 1, embracing productive failure. Data points, not defects.
We need to reframe mistakes. Mistakes aren't failures, they are data points. The successful language learner treats speaking like the scientific method. Hypothesis, I think I can say this. Test, say it. Analyze, did I convey the meaning? And iterate, adjust and try again. Crucially, the analysis step must be done without emotional attachment.
The key is building resilience. When a mistake happens, don't descend into a spiral of self-doubt. Quickly acknowledge it, analyze the data point, and move on. The faster your iteration cycle, the faster you learn. This ties back to the non-negotiable minimum. It gives you daily data points to work with.
Exactly. Mistakes are not a sign of low intelligence. They are an unavoidable cost of putting in effort. The more mistakes you make and learn from, the more robust your language foundation becomes. We recommend keeping a mistake log, but not to punish yourself, to identify high-frequency errors, which leads us to the next point.
Shift number 2, the 80-20 rule in English. This is the most decisive shift for an intermediate learner. We apply the Pareto Principle, the 80-20 rule. Stop trying to master trivial vocabulary and grammar that only appears 20% of the time. This is where most students squander their energy.
The 1% focus their energy on the high-frequency verbs, core conjunctions, and sentence structures that account for 80% of daily conversation. This is the highest leverage activity. For instance, focusing on mastering the 4 most common tenses and the 2,000 most used words, instead of agonizing over the intricacies of the subjunctive mood or rare colloquialisms.
It's about ruthless prioritization. Audit your study time. Are you spending 80% of your time on the 20% of things that matter most? If you're spending hours trying to differentiate between could have and would have, when you struggle with basic present perfect, you're focusing on the periphery, not the core. Focus on fixing the 3 mistakes that show up in 80% of your speech.
Shift number 3, commitment versus motivation, systemic practice. Final shift, stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is ephemeral. We need commitment. The 1% succeed because they create systemic habits. They make their practice habitual, removing the decision-making step entirely.
It's the difference between saying, I feel like studying today, motivation, and I study from 7 to 7:15 regardless of how I feel, commitment. Remove the feeling, implement the system. This reduces cognitive load around decision-making. We call this a fixed schedule commitment.
Set up cue, routine, and reward. Your cue is the time or location, example, getting on the bus. Your routine is the 15-minute practice, example, listening to the Talk English podcast. And your reward is crossing it off your list. This creates autonomous learning loops where the habit becomes self-sustaining and not reliant on high energy.
The best part? This system is transferable. Whether it's learning a language, coding, or fitness, once you master habit formation, you've mastered the art of long-term progress. True dedication is simply the sum of tiny, consistent actions, day after day after day.
Wow, Lily, this was more than just a language lesson. It was a blueprint for personal effectiveness. To recap, stop the delusion of perfection, reduce your cognitive load, embrace the Pareto Principle, and build systemic habits based on commitment, not ephemeral motivation.
My pleasure, John. Remember, fluency is not the absence of mistakes. It's the resilience to keep speaking despite them. Your good enough is often fantastic.
For those of you who find the fear of speaking still pervading your mind, and that's completely natural, we have the perfect next step for you. Our recommended video will help you conquer that last psychological step. The Secret to Fluency. Stop the Fear of Speaking. Psychology and Strategy. Watch it immediately after this episode.
And remember that free PDF? It's your deep dive study guide containing the full transcript, a challenging grammar section, and a list of all these powerful advanced vocabulary words used today. Get it now via the link in the description to solidify your learning and make your study time efficient.
That's right. If this conversation has shifted your mindset, please support the podcast. Like this episode, subscribe to Talk English Podcast, and share it with a friend. We rely on you to spread this message.
Thank you for having me, John.
Thank you, Lily, for such a consequential discussion. Until next time, keep embracing the good enough strategy, keep learning, and keep talking English.